there was a Hindu who used to be the cleaning person at Carlos's house. They were wealthy, actually. His family was wealthy, and this shows that you don't have to be corrupted by wealth. And anyway, he would come to his house, and he was so impressed that this young man that he described as so handsome, young, and rich decided to live a very simple life. This Hindu cleaning person quoted and said, "He captivated me with his deep faith, charity, and purity." This man named Rajesh decided, he was Indian, he was Hindu, he decided to be baptized and become Catholic. Wow. So this purity that he noticed was a very important part of Carlo's life. Now, this is to me what baffles us in today's day and age. All right. He said, each person reflects the light of God. This is Carlo talking now. It hurt him when his classmates did not live according to Christian morals. And I'm telling you, this is the culture. You can have an innocent young kid that gets sucked into the culture. I'll use myself as an example. I remember vividly, in fifth grade, we were driving to a football game. And I was in the car with 3 other fifth grade classmates. And one of the moms was driving. So my mom was driving. Her son was in the front seat and 2 of us were in the back seat. I was in fifth grade. And I remember the one boy telling dirty jokes. I mean, and they were not just kind of dirtier, they were bad. And I remember I was brand new in the town. We had just moved there. And the town I came from in Holly, we didn't do this. It wasn't really kind of part of the culture, at least in 4th grade. Then I get into 5th grade and I moved there, and guess what? It was a Catholic school. When I was in Holly, I went to a public school and never heard that, at least in 4th grade. And by the way, I just got contacted by my favorite 3rd grade teacher from Holly, Michigan, Miss Jacob. She said, "I saw you on EWTN." She was my favorite teacher in the whole world. And I wanted to thank her because we were so well formed. We didn't do that. We supported a culture there. And this was public school, 4th grade. Then I move to a new town and I go into a Catholic school. And I'm driving and I don't know what to make of this. They're telling dirty jokes and the mom is driving. She didn't say a word. So I laughed. I kind of joined in. I figured, well, this is the culture. Now, if I would have been back in Holly and nobody would have done that, I wouldn't have done it because that wasn't the culture. But yet driving with this mom, and the mom didn't say anything, and these other 2 were joking, and I kind of got involved. This is how easy it is for our young, innocent youth to get sucked in. And so we have to understand this is where the parent comes in. I'm not pointing fingers at that mom, but it had been, maybe prudent if the mom would have said, "Guys, But they didn't. Give a boy an inch, he'll take a mile. You know those Protestant billboards in front of their churches? Give Satan an inch and he'll become your ruler. Think about that. Give Satan an inch and he'll become your ruler. Not just your ruler of your life, but the 12-inch ruler. Give him an inch and he'll become your ruler. Woo! Okay. So anyway, this was what was going on. So he would encourage them to be pure. He tried to help them understand that the human body is a gift. Again, this is a preteen boy, teenager. He said that their body is a gift from God and the sexuality had to be lived as God intended. So here's what his mom said. His mom said the dignity of each human being, she quoted him now. This is his mom, Carlo's mom. The dignity of each human being was so great that Carlo saw sexuality as something very special. Again, he died at 15, as it was collaborating with God's creation. Now, how many parents we have the courage now to do that? I didn't even have the courage to do that. And amongst groups, and I've been guilty of being flippant in my words and talk and speech. So praying and talking to this saint and doing this research, I hear people send comments all the time, Father, thank you for helping us. And I'm thinking, I'm the one being helped. I'm the one being helped here. So anyway, he had a wholesome relationships, and he had a lot of relationships with girls. Deep conversations, a lot of relationships with girls. Let's look at our next slide. He basically followed, he said, in the footsteps of St. Francis and St. Clare of Assisi. He truly believed in the possibility of a genuine friendship between men and women. But you got to keep it proper perspective, okay? You got to, because perception is dangerous if there seems to be scandal or something like that. Now, he was also intent on doing what he could so that young women would be respected. Again, amazing for a young boy. It was said that he was quite uncompromising with lust and promiscuity. All right. In fact, there was one thing he held to. This guy's amazing. He despised forms of harassment against young girls, especially about their bodies. Wow. He did not just disapprove. He publicly chastised those who would comment on a girl's breasts or body. He would chastise them. Now, what did he tell them? Did he yell at them? Did he threaten them? No, not at all. He told them plainly something much more daunting. He said, their body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, and you're objectifying it. That's the issue with pornography. As much as our human biology wants to reach out, you're objectifying it, the person. Now, he developed these virtues from his adolescence. He prayed the rosary daily. He had a lot of other devotions, and he frequently spent time in Eucharistic adoration. Let's look at our next slide. All right, this is a great quote. Again, there's a picture of Carlos. He basically said in this quote here, when we face the sun, we get a tan. But when we stand before Jesus in the Eucharist, we become saints. So basically, Christ is going to wear off on you. You spend enough time with somebody, they will wear off on you. Good or bad. If you spend enough time with somebody holy, their holiness will rub off on you. You spend enough time with somebody living in vice, drugs, alcohol, pornography, sooner or later it's going to rub off on you. So what he's saying here, it's like the sun. You spend a lot of time in the sun, you're going to get a tan. The sun is going to rub off on you. He says, instead, go in front of the Blessed Sacrament and Jesus will rub off on you. Eventually, he will rub off on you. If you're not imitating Christ, you're not spending enough time in front of the Blessed Sacrament.